It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game As Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, Pokopia is doing just fine. Microsoft continues to talk about Project Helix, and we are going to do that sequel battle March Madness chart thing that Kind of Funny put up. That'll be a good time. We'll explain more of that once we get there. But first, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's been busy. I had to do this news show a couple mornings, and it took a lot of work and stuff. Well, crazy.
I appreciate you stepping in. I listened to at least one of the days. I was pretty busy the other.
Yeah, I could tell because you repeated my Lego story that I already covered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like after I got done, I'm like, I feel like I probably should have checked that, and then I looked and was like, okay, there's definitely some crossover here. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
It happened. You know what? I wanted to hear what you thought about the PlayStation Lego. It's fine.
It was. I talked about it in the I did a Grubb Snacks Premium as well, and someone asked about it there, so I've talked about it a lot. But yeah, hey, I went to GDC, and that was pretty cool. It was nice to see people. I did my panel, which was the main reason I went out there. But then I watched a bunch of other panels. I found out Wizardry still very popular in Japan. People still care about that quite a bit. I also just kind of tried to run into people, and that worked out really well. Especially just kind of going there and sitting down and kind of bumping into developers. People wanted to talk, so it was kind of nice to sort of reconnect with people, or to reconnect with the industry and start building up not necessarily sources, but just contacts in the industry again, people that work in there and kind of know how things are going. It's also very funny because occasionally I will see somebody who is like a good source and they can't come say hi to me. So it's like, it's like in The Departed, it's like, how do you know someone, if someone's a cop? It's like, if they don't look at you, they're a cop. It's just like that. So any developer that doesn't look at me at GDC, that's my source, everybody. Now you know.
Incredible. Did you go visit any other panels or talks or anything like that? Yeah,
I went to a few. I actually was like, I want to see what's going on with all of these kind of sponsored ones for all the technology stuff. So I sat into a couple NVIDIA and ARM ones. And man, the graphics on phones are getting really good. I just wish the games were there. There's definitely some games that look like they're trying to do more with that. But it's like, ray tracing is going to be on phones here in this next year or so. And that's all going to be the next gen of phones. So you have to buy a new phone to get that stuff. So it's still years away from everyone sort of being able to see that stuff. But it's like, this is the kind of thing that makes me remember that we are a little overdue for new consoles because developers want to move to making games with ray tracing, but they're held back by these older consoles that can't do that very well. That's still going to be a very, very long transition. They're not going to be able to force that overnight, but they're getting ready for it at the very least. It's a lot of stuff like that.
Gosh, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's funny because when PlayStation 5 launched, they talked about ray tracing a ton.
Right.
Miles Morales was cool with that. And then you heard about it a good deal less as time went by. In fact, it seemed like if you weren't Insomniac, it was maybe a little difficult for some of the ray tracing things.
And even more basic than that, it's like, because in those situations that you're talking about, it's a marquee feature, as it should have been. They looked really good in the Insomniac game. Just like getting some games that use very basic ray tracing for their lighting system, it's like at this point the narrative is it's way better on the Switch 2. If your game requires that stuff, it's better on the Switch 2 actually. It's like, that's weird. But it's also a reminder that even that mobile hardware that is at the time the Switch 2 launched, also kind of older NVIDIA ARM hardware. It's like, okay, so if we get a chance to get to this next gen and really put in those bespoke chips that are there for ray tracing, we should see performance improvements. But really, it's that's what some developers are concerned with. There's a lot of panels about how do you make money in this industry and how do you raise money and how do you get the most money from your users. That stuff's always been there, but it's like, that's the stuff that's surviving because it's go time, it's crunch time in the industry. A lot of people are like, hey, we got to be profitable or else we're going to be pushed out. So you can tell there's a lot of anxiety around being one of the studios that knows how to make money, and that's
what were people saying about AI?
Yeah, so there's huge installations from Google Like, hey, come make games on our AI platforms, and maybe even use our like AI tools to like where you just write in a sentence and we start like prototyping your game for you. And those things were getting big lines. I know that the Google panel about AI development was packed. So take that for what you will. Look, this is an industry show. This is people who are business people first and foremost. A lot of times there are a lot of passionate game developers there. But the people that are going to be making the game that like comes out of nowhere and like Balatro or whatever, I'm sure the people that made Balatro were at GDC, but they're not like the ideas that they used that took over the world didn't come from GDC. They're the ones that show up and do a talk at GDC this year. And they did. They talked about some of the stuff from that game. Not Local Thunk, but some of the people at, I can't remember the publisher, Play something, Wout's company. You're not going to get a lot of the stuff of like, okay, this is where the true creative stuff comes from, unless you go to the postmortems where that stuff is on display and it's awesome. But yeah,
the postmortems.
Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic. I tried to go to a couple of them. Also, Phil over at the Video Game History Foundation had one of his like a bunch of his academic buddies come up and talk about preserving video games, and Wes Finland, I believe, who did the story on the person who finally built the emulator for the Laserdisc, the Laserdisc console. He did a talk on that. It was great because I read that article when it came out. It was very good, but just having him like lay out like the beats of, hey, the guy started the project. And he's like, this is going to take a couple of nights. It's probably not going to be that hard. And then of course it's the 16 years later is the next slide. And it's like, yeah, that's the story of how these things go sometimes. So it's just a cool place to be because you're going to run into cool people. And there is a lot of stuff. It's not just the dark patterns of how we extract most money, although it's a lot of that. Glad to be back though.
How's Dean?
Dean's good. Yes, Dean was on the panel. It was me, Nathan Grayson from Aftermath. It was Stephen Totillo, who does GameFile now, and then Dean and myself, and then Perrin Kaplan, who was like Reggie before Reggie for me, because I remember reading about Perrin Kaplan on N64.com and IGN64.com, where she was the Nintendo person that actually communicated with the press, so her name was always in stories.
Right, and she was like really involved with the GameCube, so I got to meet her, and I was really asking her a lot of questions about the GameCube.
Yeah, and she's she's one of these old school PR people who's just like always remembers everything, and it's like very kind and treats you like an old friend, and we are at this point, but it's just it's still very sweet to like hang around with Perrin because she really does make you feel welcome in this industry. So she put the whole thing together. Really appreciative of her for doing that. And then it was cool to see SF. I got my hotel. I sat there for like a second. I'm like, I should see where the Nintendo store is. And it was 400 feet away. It was literally across the street. So I was like, oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So I went there like three times.
Right there in Union Square, right by our Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, yeah, which I couldn't go to without you. I just felt bad.
Wow.
So.
That's fair. I understand. Yeah. I get it. Cool. I'm glad. Man, it's so weird to me that you went to a GDC I didn't go to.
I know,
That's crazy.
It was, at a certain point, I was like, glad I'm only here for 3 days. Maybe I should move my flight up. But I'm glad I went out there at the very least. But like I said, glad to be back. And thank you all for welcoming back and joining us. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening, and hit the like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can also drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Thanks to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to Sean for producing while Christian takes a well-deserved vacation. That's right.
Lazy.
I know, right? This guy, we got to do something about him. And you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions, early access to new shows and episodes of Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. You can also get a discount if you do a whole year, all that good stuff. That's patreon.com/GameMess. Thank you to everybody who supports us doing these extra shows that we just like want to keep doing. You guys make it really worthwhile. So just thanks to everybody who supported us. All right, we are going to get to our big topics of the week, but first, a quick break. All right, it's Game Mess Decides. Let's get into the big topics that I want to talk about. including Pokopia is already one of the best-selling Pokemon spin-offs after just 4 days. Game Freak and Koei Tecmo's Pokemon Pokopia, a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, is one of the best-selling Pokemon spin-offs ever, selling over 2.2 million copies in its first 4 days, including over 1 million in Japan. This puts it in the top 12 spin-offs by known sales data. Released last week, the physical game key card quickly sold out. That's also been a big part of this, of like how much more would it have sold, one, if it was more available, and two, if the game was on the card. I feel like that would have made a difference actually even on top of this, although clearly it's not holding the game back. It's fully taken over, right? Like I was a little bit unplugged because it was hard to keep track of like social media and memes on Reddit or whatever when I'm traveling around a bunch and kind of walking 20,000 steps a day. But it did still seem to get the sense that Pokopia is everywhere. And now these sales numbers confirm that. What's been happening here, Mike? Well, how do you feel about, like, is Pokopia really that next game for Nintendo, the system seller that the Switch 2's been waiting for?
I mean, I saw Daniel Ahmad has kind of contextualized some of this on Blue Sky, saying, Mario Odyssey, which released 8 months after Switch 1 launch, that sold 2 million copies in 3 days. So relatively comparable here. The current best-selling Pokemon spinoff of all time is Pokemon Stadium, which sold 5.4 million. This is obviously going to be doing better than that. And since it's a Pokemon game, you imagine the legs are going to be ridiculous on this thing. So, we're looking at least probably 10 million copies, I bet, one day for this, and maybe beyond that. The only thing holding it back right now is that, there aren't a ton of Switch 2s out in the world right now. Although I bet this game is encouraging more people to pick up the console.
Anecdotally, I've heard that. Like, people have definitely been, there's been memes about that of, oh God, now I got to go spend $450 and then buy this game as well, or trying to, talk myself out of doing that. People are being motivated by this thing. It is very similar to Animal Crossing. So I do think it's going to end up somewhere around like Super Mario Odyssey and Animal Crossing on the Switch 1. So we're talking 20 to 35 million copies sold. And it only does that if it's also a system seller. So yeah, and at the very least, investors who are very stupid, but investors believe that this is a system seller because it's changing the fortunes for Nintendo, because its stock price, which has dropped something like 30 to 40% over the last few months because they didn't have a very, like, the next big game lined up or announced.
Right.
Now they're up 10%, and now it's up 15%, I think, earlier today. And I think the markets were kind of maybe wobbling a little bit today, so that might not have maintained. But still, that's a big recovery for a stock price that was getting pretty beat up. And it's all seemingly because people are like, oh, Pokopia is that game.
Right. And unlike that time when the stock price went up because of Pokemon Go, Nintendo does actually profit directly off of Pokopia being a big hit.
Yep.
Like, what did you get, like, a sense at GDC? Was this the game people were talking about there?
Yeah, there was always like the GDC volunteers. A lot of them did say hi, and a lot of them were big fans of Giant Bomb. And we'd start talking about what games people were playing, and Pokopia was like right there. It was still a lot of Resident Evil. But Pokopia was probably the number one response. And even like when I would go to the Nintendo store and would run into people, it was being chattered about in there. And that was like during Mario Day, right? Everyone's talking about Mario. Well, Pokopia is the hot shit right now, and it was very, very obvious.
Turns out it's Ditto's day now.
That Mario, I don't know, looks a little bit funky. His eyes are a little bit beady. I'm not sure if that's actually Mario. Yeah, I heard you talking somewhere, must have been on the Bombcast, of like Ditto reaching that next echelon of Pokemon. It's like, yeah, I think that's probably right. Kids are going to recognize him, even though you play as a funky Ditto in this. That's not going to matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So this is the big game for Nintendo, at least in the first half of the year. Definitely takes a lot of pressure off them, but it also probably does not change their strategy for whatever was going to be in the second half of this year, where they probably were going to announce they do have something big. Mike, I think I'm choosing to get on the side of believing in a 3D Mario getting announced at least, even though I know that there's a lot of reasons that we shouldn't believe that. I'm just choosing positivity in this world.
I admire that.
Thank you. I know you're still skeptical of that. But they,
I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, but they probably have something that can like deliver that kind of blow, right? Have that kind of effect.
Right, and that's the thing, right? And I mean, it's not going to be Pokemon Gen 10. We know that's not till next
2027.
year, you know. And they have this game now, so they're pretty good on Pokemon for a moment. So, you know, the question is, well, what can it be? It certainly isn't Zelda. It's going to be Mario before Zelda, but it could be Smash Brothers. It could be, something there. Luigi's Mansion maybe somewhat in that realm. But yeah, like I get why some people want to say it's gotta be Mario because it has been so long. It just seems like that would be the game you would want for this holiday. There's just certain realities, and they're not insurmountable about that Donkey Kong game just having come out. Which again, maybe that's not on its own enough of a reason. There could be two teams in there, and that Donkey Kong game could have been done for a while. I don't know. I just am a smidge skeptical. Well, yeah, it is fun. It's fun to wonder what the big holiday game is going to be and when we're going to hear about it.
Yep. Hopefully soon. In the meantime, I've really been enjoying Pokopia. It's I played a lot more like on my trip than I normally would have played of a game like that, and mostly that was on the plane. But I had a 4.5-5 hour plane ride, so. Spent quite a bit of that doing, just kind of continuing to go along the path and then getting distracted here or there. Because once it opens up and you realize, oh, there's so much that I can just choose to be doing. I was almost intimidated, but I'm glad I'm sticking with it because it's like, oh, they still are onboarding you gently and making you feel pretty good about all that.
And they do a good job of like, you kind of are the different areas. Like I kind of just finished up the second area, right? So
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. You threw a party. It was fun. So it's good. Hey, did you see that new Mario trailer?
I did. I did see the new like the direct and the trailer and the character. Yeah, the actor announcements. Donald Glover definitely got me. They're still kind of hitting stuff with those announcements. A lot of times it's just the pairing of the name, often in quotes, with the character or with the actors, like a headshot, and it just looks silly, and I love it. I think Donald Glover is going to do an amazing job.
I could have sworn that at some point in my life you said something to the effect of the only thing that's going to make me really pop off and get excited about this movie is if Wart is in it.
Yes, I'm very excited about Wart. Yes, I honestly,
he's here.
Luis Guzman. Guzman maybe is how you're supposed to say.
Great casting.
Incredible casting. This is like kind of a dream scenario. Okay, right, I'm not trying to be cheeky with that with Wart there, but
right.
It's a subcon scenario. It's I can't believe that they're doing this. It seems like there's a lot more Super Mario Brothers 2 like in this movie than I thought they would have gone for. Mouser kind of showing up previously. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's like a sequence, it seems, where like Toad and Peach go to Mario 2 world, basically.
Yes,
right?
I think you're right. 100%.
And it looks a lot like when they went to the casino playing in episode 8. I think it's going to be a lot like that, actually.
Hey, sure, why not? Kanto bite in your Mario 2. Let's do it. I'm getting excited. I'm going to buy tickets now that I'm home talking with Steph about going to see that with the family.
Soon.
Yep.
It is soon. I think there are so many people. There are some people in this movie right now, Jeff. I feel like Wario can't be in it, but as a post-credit thing. Now, they could still put Wario in it because they are clearly not afraid of just jamming this movie filled with things.
Right.
But I still think Wario's post-credits on this one.
It's hard to tell in this moment. I'm not. It feels like a coin flip. If I had to go on one side or the other, I think they're probably going to cram this movie just because that's Illumination's MO. But we'll see.
It's already so crammed. I don't know how much screen time Rosalina could possibly have in this movie at this point.
Speaking of which, Elephant Rosalina, huh? That's okay. I accept
there she is. She still has the hair over her eye.
I accept her into my heart. She looks exactly like the elephant character from Sing. Is that the movie?
Yeah. Golden slumbers fill your eyes. What do you think about the Beatles, Jeff?
I like the Beatles. What's happening?
Right.
What happened while I was gone? All right.
Just was wondering what you thought of the Beatles. That's cool.
All right. Microsoft reveals next-gen console details and promises in order of magnitude power or increase in power. Blah blah blah. We've heard that before, but they did actually come out with some details. Project Helix, as we said, I think we said last week they were going to talk about this at GDC. Well, now they've done that. It is going to use an AMD system on a chip with next-gen ray tracing performance. That is one of the focuses here still for how they're talking about this. They're also talking about how they're getting that order of magnitude increase. Well, that is applied to the ray tracing. The ray tracing is going to be way better. But also they are really focused on neural networks to upgrade the visuals, some machine learning, so they can upscale lower resolution images to get, the stuff from DLSS. And they're going
neural networks are real. That's the thing Data would always say about like his brain.
Yes, I think Arnold said that as well. Yes, neural networks are real. That's actually how machine learning works.
Are positronic brains real too?
You have one, bud. That's no, absolutely not, Mike. How dare you?
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
This thing's going to have an Xbox mode. It's going to be a PC that boots that dual boots into Windows or this Xbox mode. That is
okay. What is the Xbox mode?
It's going to be kind of like when you use a Steam Deck and it goes into the game mode. It's going to be that for Windows. So you should get ideally improved performance and just a scenario for this specific chipset that is built for getting the most out of games. And it's going to play old Xbox games. So Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox Series. It's going to play a lot, or it should play all of those games because it's going to have backward compatibility. But it's also, I think, first and foremost, a PC. All this stuff that we've talked about before. But now it's confirmed. They're out here talking about this. And they say that alpha development kits will go out in 2027. So early development kits.
Okay, so why does it need a development kit if it's a PC largely? Like, don't you just make a PC game? Wouldn't you just need to know the specs?
There's a possibility that it's just like, why not? Maybe that's their strategy here is let's build something that at the very least gets you all of the tools to make the most from this spec of PC and this version of Windows. And then also, if you do that, here's a button to put yourself right into the Windows Store so that we can maybe still get a 30% cut if you sell your game on there. I don't really expect that to work.
Teacher, I'm raising my hand. Pick me.
Sean, please, what's up?
I choose you.
Hello. Thank you, Mike. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be an Xbox console, but because the Xbox OS is already a Windows kernel, I think that it can just do both because Microsoft has been moving towards that this whole time. So I think it's going to have traditional console games. That's how they do backwards compatibility. And then that bespoke hardware can actually just also run Windows now in a sandboxed environment. So when you switch between them Steam Deck style, like you said, it's switching between the hypervisor driven Xbox lockdown console OS versus a more open Windows environment that's just, sandboxed in some way on the SSD.
I like that. And I think that's the way they should do it. The reason I'm skeptical is how do you convince developers to get on board with that? Because this thing is going to be, you're going to be able to use it as a PC because they want you to access all these other stores. Now, sure, they could be the ones presenting the stores, but they're promising the ability to boot into Windows, and you would expect it just to work and do that stuff. So how do they get developers on board with making Xbox games still?
Yeah,
how do they get developers? Well, yeah, how do they get developers on board with making anything at all for Microsoft? Because even if it's a PC that has the Xbox app, why bother putting your game on there?
Oh yeah, for sure, right. But at the very least, they could pretend like they can position this thing as it's a good way to access those games, even if we aren't, even if you are getting them through our store. Yeah, look, I think that they probably might end up doing it the way you're saying it, because once you laid it out like that, it's that just makes sense from a technological perspective. It's just hard to see how that matters for anyone deciding to make a game.
I think it's going to be one of two extremes. I think what we both proposed are the two extremes. Either it is what I said, where it is continuing to be a console, and then, in software, they do the PC stuff, or it's just going to be an Xbox ROG ally, but beefy. And that concerns me because that's kind of I feel like what you were proposing, because then it's just not an Xbox. Because okay, what does backwards compatibility look like? Are they spinning up emulators to run these that are different than the console emulators? Or is everything going to be backwards compatible? Does this thing have a disk drive still then? because they have to consider that. And then how does that play into the PC side? I think in either situation is going to be very messy. And I think that makes it the most interesting next gen console. But yeah, we have no idea what the hell it's going to be.
Well, they've just started talking about it. I bet developers will begin leaking like some more details here pretty soon. So we probably have not heard the last of Project Helix anytime soon. So we'll check back in as we hear more. EA laid off staff across all Battlefield studios following its record-breaking Battlefield 6 launch. So yeah, this is one of those scenarios where this game did the best a Battlefield game's ever done, right? It finally outsold Call of Duty. It really was record-breaking. So why are they having these layoffs? Well, it's like they still came in under their expectations because the whole thing was, we're going to sell 100 million, or we're going to have, they didn't say sell. They said we're going to have 100 million Battlefield players. And that is several times more than any Battlefield game had sold previously compared to that. So it was very clear that they were screaming that RedSec, if people remember that. I think that's what it was, RedSec or RadSec.
Yeah.
That's going to carry the day, our Battle Royale game or whatever it is. And no, that was DOA. That was Dunzo the day it launched. And that kind of brought down this entire thing, despite the fact that they did actually have a pretty popular and well-received Battlefield game. It was annoying to see this because it's like I was walking past the panel that EA Dice was doing about Battlefield at GDC starting up right when this news broke. It's like, whoa. Jesus, yeah, of course there's people probably could be affected in that room. Yeah, so just tough stuff. This is the kind of thing where it's like, hey, how do you not build your business in such a way that when you have something that is very successful, you aren't very successful? Like, how do you avoid that?
Right.
EA? That seems like a fundamental problem.
Yeah, that seems like a huge issue. I mean, they already tried doing the Battle Royale, Battlefront thing so many times. You think they learned by now that Battlefront players want to play Battlefront?
Right? Or Battlefield,
that seems to be what they're in. Battlefield, excuse me. The Battlefield players want to play Battlefield.
They probably want to play Battlefront as well. I certainly do.
I'm going to be Battlefront 3. I'd be pretty actually stoked about that, but probably not happening. In part of me, I wonder if they always thought that this was going to happen. Like, yeah, well, of course we need a lot more people to get the game off the ground, and then we'll fire some of them, and then we'll have enough people to keep it going. It does feel like after that explosive launch, I have not been hearing much about Battlefield.
Agreed.
Right now, which again is part of EA's problem of expecting these games to be super exclusive for all time and to not being able to make that happen. So I don't know what they want.
I kind of am wondering if this is already them slimming down and getting ready for the acquisition.
That
is happening. But this probably does just feel like we had a certain expectation for RedSec. It's not happening, and it won't happen. So let's sort of scroll things down and try to build for the future again. And what does that mean? I don't know. Continue to build for Battlefield 6 proper. I would hope so. Just support that. Try to make that important again. In the meantime, a bunch more layoffs in the video game industry. Big surprise. All right, that does it for the headlines. We're going to take a break, come back, get into the super chats. We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back. Mike, let's do those super chats.
All right, from Missouri, Matt says, thank you for the content. Bazinga.
Bazanga.
Remember Bazinga?
Oh, yeah. Not actually, not really. I mean, I knew it existed, but I think it would be inaccurate to say I remember it because it's like I never.
That was a Big Bang Theory. Yeah,
I guess I was aware that. Yeah, what's his name?
Sheldon.
Old Sheldon, they call him.
Old Sheldon. You think? I don't know if young Sheldon knew about Bazinga yet.
I don't know if young Sheldon knew about old Sheldon. It's like, man, yeah, wow. If you think about it. Yeah, I don't think that'd be weird. You got to give old Sheldon Bazinga. Give the kids something else.
Epic Open World says, been a Giant Bomb fan for over a decade. The latest Blight Club is easily top 5 favorite piece of content the site has ever produced. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I will say, I don't know if did you get to see the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Irish edition?
No,
not
yet. But I'm hearing good things, and it just sounds like such a good time.
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think that was some other all-timer content, as they say. It was very funny to me. That we've been having fun for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out. Danny's so great, and that's such a good idea. So I'm glad you guys got to do that.
It was good. And speaking of Blight Club, I mean, the ripcord has been pulled.
Yep,
I did my homework. I came to that decision. It's happening.
I had people asking me at GDC what the ripcord game is, Mike. So if there's interest on the streets, people need to know.
There's interest on the streets. Yep. Okay, he has the game now. He's got the costume. It's gonna happen, and I'm nervous. Honestly, I'm nervous because I don't want us to be in a position where he can't finish a Blight Club game. And he looks like a fool.
Yeah, this is maybe the closest one to that. We'll see.
Maybe I'm over.
We won't know until he starts playing. Like we'll just have to see for ourselves.
Chrono Rick says, "Hey dogs, with Nintendo suing the U.S. government, do you see Apple making a movie about in the future with Howard Lincoln in a car chase getting chased by the Kushners in Dubai?" Lol. I mean, probably not just because like everyone's suing the U.S. government to get their money back. So fortunately, there's something like super exceptional per se about Nintendo doing this at this moment, right?
Yeah, there's always the chance that Nintendo's lawyers are and their ninjas get unleashed and do something extraordinary. But so far, this has been pretty boilerplate because yes, all these companies are suing to get their money back, as Mike said.
Razlo says, "What was the most inspiring game you saw at GDC?"
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to like play a lot of games, kind of like talk to some developers. So there was nothing like comes to mind. I saw, honestly, it was kind of interesting to see like, oh, that's a really cool looking next gen game. What's that running on? And finding out, oh, that is running on a phone. That's interesting to see. I wouldn't call it inspiring.
I still just have like such a base problem of I don't want to play games on a phone screen.
Right? Oh yeah, so same. Yes, this is like
I just can't overcome that for the most part.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm like put that game on a Switch and it's like a whole other thing. Like yeah, I'll play it on there.
Zombie Porn says, "Jeff, did you get hot dogs with your bottom dog Jan? Whoa, or are you a bad person who didn't find out about a new Ridge Racer for Mike or find your Ann Thor?" Yeah, I guess I haven't asked you. Did you get any scoops about Ridge Racer while you were there, and did you find your Ann Thor?
The last time I asked someone about Ridge Racer, you really didn't like the answer, and it was that they had never once heard that game come up. So
damn it.
Yeah. And then I was gone, so I've had a chance to look for my Thor. But we are at a point where it's like, I should find that this weekend. I should really actually make that happen. So I'll do that. And then no, I did not get a chance to dog it out with Jan. Maybe next time.
Tuber says, speaking of the Irish edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Mike, for $5, who sang the hit song Linsdon Varna?
Linsdon Varna.
Oh, it was like Dickie Butt or something like that. What was his name?
Was it really?
No, there's a Dickie something, and I don't think it was the right answer. Okay. I wanted it to be.
You wanted it to be Dickie. It was not Dickie.
It was not Dickie, unfortunately.
Mike, look up like 10 messages in the chat, and you'll see Lexi talking about it.
Oh, man. Yeah, my bad, Lexi. I can't. Yeah, Lex, I just see Lexi saying Christ. Christy Moore's the one who sang it. Christy Moore. There you go. Dickie Rock. That's it. Dickie Rock was the one who's not the right answer. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Pokey says, what Pokepia Pokemon habitat would you spawn in? I just discovered a habitat that's just a street light by a bench. I think I want that one. That's where you'll find me. I'll just be taking a sit.
That's pretty good. I do like the bed with the plushie by it. It's like, I'll lay down. Fully fully horizontal here.
I'll just take a nap. That's where you'll find me. Hey, there's Lex Letty says, did you ever have to finish a bad game for work? No, never.
Not once.
Not once does that come up.
I don't even know what that would be like.
Jeff, do you know we've been on the lightning round since November?
When you said that during the Delight Club, that I was at the airport and I kind of almost like reeled. Like, I was like, oh, what the hell? That's crazy. That's November so long ago.
It's a reminder. Yeah. Oh, right. It's remind you when we started the lightning round was when I immediately had to go and play Leisure Suit Larry.
Yep.
Actually, because you booted up your Knuckles game or whatever.
Sonic Blast for 10 to 15 seconds, and then it was all Leisure Suit Larry from there for months.
Next up is Big Fresh 37 says, 1 second, YouTube freaked out. There we go. I know Nintendo's big fall game, an expansion for the greatest game of all time, Pokopia, also likely Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe with Ditto added. Maybe, but remember how little content Animal Crossing got? And it was like their biggest hit ever. So who knows how much post-game support Pokopia will get. It'll get a sequel at some point for sure. Like that's already a guarantee, and it'll just be in some other setting or what have you. But yeah.
What's the Pokopia developer is G-Force or something? No, that's always
G-Force. That's the movie with the hamsters.
That's I always
Omega
do.
Force.
Mega Force. The guinea pigs. Do they typically do DLC for their like Dynasty Warriors games and stuff?
They make so many Dynasty Warrior games. Why would you need DLC for any of them? But they might.
Yeah. Omega Force DLC. I'll say they probably aren't going to do a ton of DLC for Pokopia. I would be like, just kind of put this game. There's a ton of content in there already, and then just give us a sequel in a handful of years, like 3 or 4 years. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up here is from Jedi Moss 4. It says, Elden Ring on Switch 2 was at GDC and isn't bad now. Yeah, Jan said he played it, and I've seen some video, and I'm like, oh, that looks presentable now.
Good. That is encouraging, especially for Duskbloods, right? Like,
yes,
if this game that wasn't meant for the Switch 2, but should be able to run on a Switch 2, you got that in a decent state. Now, that should have built up your familiarity with this hardware. Hopefully, that just gets applied 1-to-1 to Duskbloods. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's good to hear though. Like that really did kind of bother me that game was going to come out and look bad. So I'm glad they delayed it. I'm glad they were shamed into doing that apparently. And yeah, if that thing comes out and runs great, I want to play Elden Ring again. I want to go out there.
Too.
It really bothers me that
Shadow
I didn't really
Tree.
have.
Jesus.
Yeah. It bothers me I never really had a real Melania fight because I had like a sword and shield
either, actually,
build so I just like joined a fight with 2 people doing most of the work, and I like want to actually fight that boss. I want to do a run with like no mimic tears, none of the summons or anything like that. Have fun.
Yep,
be a dodgy boy.
That would be cool on the Switch too. I played that game mostly on the Steam Deck, so improved performance on the Switch too. That sounds very welcoming to me.
Let's see here now. G Nitro says K-pop Demon Hunters sequel officially confirmed.
Hey.
So where's my K-pop Demon Hunters side scroller action game? Come on Netflix, UF Studios. Also Zoe, best girl. Yeah, it's like I bet the K-pop Demon Hunters will continue to show up in some other games. It's weird because we're not in that era where they would just obviously get 15 games, half of them for the Game Boy Advance anymore, right?
Right, but this game or this movie is of a popularity where it's like it might get a bunch of those weird, like remember those Stranger Things games where it's like clearly this is basically a mobile game, but they're putting it on Netflix and it doesn't have microtransactions. And oh, look at that, they showed up on the eShop on Switch. I could see them doing something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah. I saw Hoppers last weekend. By the way,
how
really
was
good.
that?
I think you would like it.
Okay,
I think you would like it. I think the kids might like it too.
We're definitely seeing the Mario movie. Kiki's Delivery Service is playing in IMAX tomorrow night.
I saw that it's back. Yeah,
it's like, man,
that's a great movie.
Emmy loves that. I love that movie. We should go see it, but it's expensive to go to the movie theater.
Bring like a baguette with you. I always want to eat bread when I'm watching that movie.
Yes, absolutely. Just a seaside European town, probably like Nice or something.
So cozy. Yeah, like that and a Totoro, like the super cozy Ghibli movies, man. You watch those, it's just like a warm blanket. It feels so good.
Yep.
All right. Next up is from Large Mario. It says, hey, Mikey, should I bother playing Final Fantasy VII before remake? I mean, I think it's a neat thing to do. You don't have to. If having to play the original sounds like I'm assigning you homework, then don't do it. But if you like classic RPGs or JRPGs, you should play Final Fantasy VII anyway, and this is a decent opportunity to. It won't take you insanely long to get through it. 30-hour game, what have you. It's available in a bunch of different places. So I would. No, you don't have to. If you are mostly excited about playing remake and you think that Final Fantasy VII playing the original is just for some context, don't worry about it too much. Next up here is from Frozen, Wing X. How y'all feeling about Steam Machine? If PlayStation 6/Helix do come 2027, I think it might be in trouble. MLID claims Helix is targeting around a 5090 performance at 240 megahertz. Yeah, so that's the other part about this Project Helix and PlayStation 6. So I think at least one insider is saying maybe holiday 2027.
Right.
Which
for both.
For a lot of people, like, whew, that sounds too soon, actually. And yeah, if it was that soon, maybe that is rough for the Steam Machine. What do you think about all of this, Jeff?
Yeah, it's a lot of it will come down to pricing. I think it's easy to assume that this Xbox they're talking about, this Project Helix, is $1,000 to $1,200. It's another reason I think they need to like position it as like, oh, this is also a PC. But it's like, yeah, we're talking $1,000, so hopefully the Steam Machine can come in well under that, but that's pretty difficult. Like, we're not expecting it to come in well under that. So, I think the Steam Machine is going to look underpowered compared to these other devices. It will probably, I think this is one of the reasons that they have stuck with the Steam Deck as basically with its launch specs since it came out, because they want to sort of like slow things down and get people used to this idea of you don't need the most power. You're getting access to the Steam store and its amazing library and all the sales, and this is an easy way to build up your PC gaming prowess or whatever. And they'll try to lean into that side of things. I don't know how far that will get them. I think this is still going to be like one of the better selling computers ever, but that doesn't mean it's going to sell like a console.
Yeah, gosh, I'm going to be super curious about it all, but boy, the idea of the new Xbox, PlayStation stuff in 2020, especially PlayStation, man, something about that. I mean, if we're talking about 2027, I mean, is there any world where Heretic, whatever the intergalactic project, wherever that thing is called, is that even coming out on a PlayStation 5? Maybe.
Yeah, it's in 2027. It feels less likely, it feels like it'll be cross-gen, because of course it'll be cross-gen.
Yeah. I mean, may as well at that point.
Yeah,
I can't wait till they re-release Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation.
You got to get the PS6 version. Absolutely. You have not
exciting.
Played that game until you played the PS6 version.
No, you're missing out on so much content. Don't even talk about the first game. You think you played that in the PS3? Then you're a fucking idiot.
You are pathetic. Wow.
Next up here, Cody Bishop says, awesome Netflix dad movie called War Machine.
I've heard good things about this, Cody Bishop. I it's hard to make time for movies, although while I was playing Pokopia on the plane, I watched a lot of Drive to Survive. I'm like, I've decided to become an F1 guy. Why the hell not? It's some at that point in my life. I could have made some time for War Machine while I did that. The last time I heard good things about a dad action movie on Netflix, it was Extraction 2, which is one of the better recent action movies. So I want to give this one a shot.
Extraction. Oh, the Chris Hemsworth thing. Okay.
Yes,
gotcha.
I still have not watched Extraction 1, but Extraction 2 owns bones.
And Dresser 305 Miami says, ahoy, hoy, beef and cheddar, boys. I'm playing Snake Eater for the first time, and the song is a banger. What are your favorite non-Nintendo video game songs? Oh, all sorts of ones. I like a lot of like credit songs. Like they're always kind of like this whole genre of kind of melancholic, sad credit songs. Metal Gear Solid 2 has I Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Eco has You Were There. That's a banger. There's a very good one in Nino Kune or Kunai. I always say it wrong. People get mad at me. I can't remember. Then, of course, the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 intro song, Simple and Clean.
My favorite.
Do I Have to Meet Your Father? That one. And then Sanctuary from Kingdom Hearts 2. Maybe even better. Also, I played Liza P recently. There's a lot of cool songs in that. And Quixotic, I've been listening to that a ton on, it's actually on Spotify. So I've just been kind of looping that one during my showers and things lately.
Any drum and bass on PS1 is good. So most of the games on PS1, basically. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, does it count if I say like Chrono Trigger? I'll listen to that soundtrack pretty frequently. So.
Oh, I mean, you could just say, yeah, Scar's Time from Chrono Trigger. Although I think maybe we're talking lyrical songs here, I suppose.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, if we're talking that, then not as much. Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely more of an instrumental kind of guy.
I love when they start singing. It gets me going. It's exciting stuff. Oh, and like Final Fantasy 9, again, another awesome sad credit song with Memories of Life. So freaking good. Give me that all day. Even better than, I know 8 has Eyes on Me and 10 has one. Don't really care about them.
I
Even
do
Eyes
like
on
the...
Me. If people love Eyes on Me, I don't care. Give me Melodies of Life.
I like the Resident Evil 4 credits song. That was, yes, that's good.
Yeah. Oh my God. I almost forgot about the Bullet or the Blade.
Yeah,
Keep your eyes on the road ahead. Don't. 9 has a pretty good one. I need to listen to it more, but I'm glad that 9.
It's not as good as 4's, but it's good.
It's not as good. It's not as good, but all right. I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch because, like I said, I do like a lot of those. Next up is from Jason Finelli. He says, sitting here eating a bowl of 2 cereals mixed together, Golden Grams and Peanut Butter Crunch. It's amazing. What 2 cereals do you or would you mix? Yeah, I've never mixed cereals before. That sounds pretty good. I haven't had Captain Crunch's Peanut Butter Crunch in a moment, and that's some pretty good shit. I gotta say, I feel like I would want to put a non-marshmallow cereal with a marshmallow cereal.
I was just thinking that, like Golden Grams, with a try to make a s'more cereal or something. There's something there.
Yeah, like maybe just Lucky Charms and freaking Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Cookie Crisp.
Golden Grams, I can't remember. It's one of those Halloween cereals that has a chocolate crunch and then marshmallows. So then, yeah, that would try to make a s'more cereal. That.
What do you mean, Cocoa? You don't mean Count Chocula, or you do mean Count Chocula?
Does Count Chocula have marshmallows?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, then it must be. I wasn't sure because to me that's just the
Does
chocolate.
Count Chocula have marshmallows? So, did you come out of the womb as a 25-year-old? What do you mean does Count Chocula have marshmallows?
Look, they all kind of mixed up. I'm like Boo Berry. I'm pretty sure. Then I'm like, do they all have marshmallows? It's hard.
They're all the same exact cereal and marshmallows, but with different flavors.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. So yes, then I would do Count Chocula and Golden Grams.
That'd be good. I mean, you can also just do the Monster Mash, though, which they just sell in boxes now where you get all those monster flavors, and that's kind of fun.
That's a good time.
I do. It's uncharacteristic of me because, like, a lot of my cereals, I mostly like the kind of like the honey or like Honey Nut Cheerios, that kind of thing.
Sure. That's good.
Or I even just like Kix. Just give me some regular Kix. I'm happy with that.
But I like Special K. Yeah.
Yeah. But come Halloween time, I gotta have my Boo Berry. It's I love it. It's like one of my favorite seasonal treats is just getting boxes of Boo Berry and kind of going to town on it.
I like Fruit Brute. Give me Fruit Brute.
You would. Next up is from Last Geek. What's your favorite hat?
Indiana Jones's hat.
Yeah, I mean, mine's similar. When I was drunk in Animal Kingdom that one time, I bought a safari hat, and I still like to wear that only when I go to Animal Kingdom now. So that hat makes me happy. That's a good one.
I like right now. I really like our Giant Bomb golf hat. That's I wear that. I wear that.
Good.
It's very slick looking. I like it. I think it you totally could just wear that at a course and no one would blink their eye.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one. Next up is Weezeman, who says, "Nice hair day, Grubb. Mike, your Italian is showing." Oh no, I mean, good. Look at it.
Have you been watching any of the World Baseball Classic?
No, not really. I've been paying more attention to spring training because I'm that kind of a jerk.
Sure, yeah. It's been really good so far. That Italian team's a lot of fun. They drink espresso when they hit home runs. It's great.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Next up is Dorati. Says, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie ruled. See it.
I did. I had a little bit extra time one night. And it was late, and I was like walking past the AMC theater. I'm like, my feet hurt. I want to sit down. And I'm like, oh, look, it's playing like right now. And I just walked in and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It is before I saw it, all you would hear is people seeing it and going, I don't know how they made it. And now I watched it. I'm like, man, I think I know how they made it, but I feel like I should definitely know how they did some of this stuff. It's wild. It's very cool, and they definitely. There are references to the Wii Shop Wednesday sketch and stuff like that.
Really?
And that's great. Yeah,
incredible.
It's good. Okay. I don't want to even give away. I don't want to give away anything because there are a lot of fun surprises in there. But there is like one moment, and again, I'm not giving away anything, where like once the character came to a realization of something, it was one of the funniest jokes I've ever seen. It's gonna stick with me forever. I'm like, God, that's just so good.
I might have to see this.
Yeah.
Hex Process, Heretic, the Intergalactic Project sounds like a BC boy. Heretic, Intergalactic.
Heretic, yeah. Oh my God, the Heretic Prophecy. Oh my God, now I've
Heretic, the Intergalactic Prophet.
Intergalactic,
project.
the Heretic Prophet. I think that's what it is.
Okay, that's the actual name, right?
I think that's it.
I can't. Yeah. Now I'm never gonna be able to unjumble these
yes,
words.
It's syllable soup. It's crazy that they called a game that.
Doesn't sound nearly as good as Launch Look.
No way. Mike, my point is, you're doing the work. You should get to name the show.
It's too late. Look. I'm not gonna be that guy. Right? I know Dan's gonna be like, well, Mike. Big shot it and just name things whatever he wants, even though I said I didn't like it. That's fine. Don't have to call it Launch Look.
I think we could call it Launch Look, but all right, if it's over, it's over.
It's over. It's done. We won't call it that now.
I'm so sorry.
And I guess people in chat do that name is awful. You see the things actual products are named like 2XKO or the Galactic Heretic Problem, whatever that is.
Like winning people
that's
over.
Awful. Launch Look is off. You people throw out off. Is that as awful as the Beatles? Huh? Ooh, look at me. I'm younger than 35 and I don't care about the Beatles. Cool.
I was always like, we talked about it early on and you got mad at me but we had a conversation at that time and I was just like, yo, I just don't think it'd be great for YouTube. And you're like, yeah, but we could still call it something on the website. I'm like, oh yeah. And at that point it's like, it doesn't matter all that much. It's fun now at this point because we've had all these jokes about it, and it's not going to mess up the SEO because we could just continue doing what we need to do on YouTube. Yeah, I'm no harm, no foul in my opinion, but hey, if we moved on, we moved on.
Yeah. Didn't you literally say the phrase "Launch Look sucks ass"?
No, I said it. It sucks shit, I think. And I.
Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to misquote you there.
Thank you. How dare you? And I was lashing out because he was trying to egg people on with the Star Wars Episode 8 stuff. But
That's funny.
I don't love it, but I also don't love any of the names we said. But my point is, I never said I don't think we should name it that because I don't think it matters all that much. Like, it's great. It's fine. Whatever.
Look, I gave people on Episode 8 for engagement, Jeff.
Oh no, I know, totally, yes. And I was lashing out at you as a joke. Well. Yeah, exactly. So,
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is, sorry. Now Pillow Toy saying alliteration does not equal good mouthfeel. I mean, of course not always, but like it could be part of it. Steenar says, Grubb, what F1 team fandom are you jumping into?
I don't know. I'm feeling like it might be fun to just get on the ground floor of Cadillac. They're starting out this year. Cadillac is a weird brand to like be a fan of, and it's they seem like they're gonna like start off real bad and get decent in the next couple of years. It's a weird sport, man. The same teams always win because they spend 4 times the amount of money, like the amount of money that we spent to go to the moon or to make a nuclear weapon to make a car go fast. And so it's like, it's more just about the various rivalries. I'm almost just going to keep watching without picking a team for now.
Okay, so that same person said monosyllabic alliterations for toddlers. Oh, sorry, not all names can be as complex and good as Pillow Toilet.
Quick Look is not alliteration, I guess, but I don't know. It's one syllable. I don't know.
Next up is Antonio Morales says, y'all watching AEW Revolution this Sunday? YouTube. I'm pretty out of it with all wrestling in general, and I'm like, I'm at a point where I've been out for so long that like I don't even feel that bad about it. I'm like, I guess I'm on a break. Who knows?
Yep, saving time. Yeah.
The other thing, it turns out very busy with Giant Bomb stuff right now anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to start using some of these weekends to take care of the stuff we got to take care of, and we got PAX coming up soon. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to fill up my weekends with anything extra, especially if I have to like, how am I going to watch this? I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. And then Les Geek says, can we see Mike's cool hat? And then there must be some bug because like YouTube's saying that this has 286 thumbs up on my end, and I don't think that's possible.
I thought you were about to say 286 million viewers. I'm like, well, Mike, you get to say a slur. That's how it works.
I'll get the hat. I'll be right back. I think I know where it is.
All right, fantastic.
So some time for me, Jeff.
I'm on it. Yeah. So
whatever he called it.
Yeah. So I get what people say about mouthfeel. I think the launch, you put your tongue kind of down during and you bring it back up for a look. I get it, but I think you get used to.
No, it's about the law. Like law, it's a bad sound. Launch is a bad word. This isn't an attack on Mike. Launch is a bad word.
I like the word launch. I don't think you're wrong though. I don't think it's a good word, but I like it just because I think of the definition, the implication of like, oh, we're launching, and that means spaceships, and I like spaceships. So that has nothing to do with the way the word sounds. So I think I'm just defensive.
Not beating the accusation in chat of this podcast is run by children.
Spaceship go vroom. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man, that hat actually looks good on Mike. Shit. What the fuck? What the hell? God damn it, he's hot.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it, hard to put headphones on with it. But yeah, here's my safari hat that I got after I was drunk off of the Avatar beers. And like everyone else would like take kids home for naps. So I was in the park by myself. It's got
that's
drunk in line
good.
for dinosaur. It was great. It's a core memory. Yeah,
that's a good time. I also was happy to see your Muppet Vision 3D glasses. I'm glad you were
the only thing I've ever stolen.
I'm glad you were able to liberate those. That was good.
Mm-hmm. And then Kono Nekusama says, Mike, your Irish name should have been Mick. Also, long live. Thank you. Kono Nekusama, I've always liked you. Not like that mean jerk toilet bowl or whatever his name was. Pillow toilet. I shouldn't insult her.
I think they know what they're doing when they send in the super chats like this. I think they know. I think it's part of the business.
More coming in. Jason Finelli says, Mike, call it rope drop. The idea is playing a game on launch day, being first or early.
Sorry, I'm vetoing that. We are not calling it rope drop. We are not dropping ropes, Jason.
That's pretty good. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. All right. Man, I liked it, though.
These pitches love Sosa says launch lick, where Mike buys the new physical games of the week and licks them on camera. That's interesting. An interesting idea here as well. Oh, great. Now Pilotoid's crying in chat. How about, says Tapboy Jerry, creating a playthrough consisting of opening moments? You could call it Capcom. Yeah, nobody said shit when I named the show Mega Man.
Yes. Oh, you want to go there? Are we doing this? Like, that was the worst SEO I've ever had to deal with in my life, telling people to go watch a show called Mega Man.
Oh, just because it had the worst numbers of any Giant Bomb show, apparently had bad SEO.
Yeah, who can say if they're related, you know?
Last Geek says, I love rope drop. Thanks, Last Geek. I'm going to take this out of. I can't wear my headphones normally.
It was beautiful while it lasted, but I understand.
There we go. Yeah,
I do like rope drop.
That's it for the super chat. Oh, I have my Flynn's arcade hat here too from Disney World. Turns out I have bought 95% of the hats of my life in Disney World.
It is the time when you probably most need a hat because you are going to be outside. Right. There are going to be a lot of times where you will not have an option for shade, and your head's going to burn if you don't protect it.
Chartowski says in Super Chat, he looks like he's going to befriend a child and a talking dog and go on an adventure. Hell yeah.
Sweet. Cool. I'll be the mechanical hand with the cat.
Yeah. All right. There you go. That's it. That's the Super Chats for now, everyone. If you want to send any more, we will read them before the end of the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks for reading those, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for sending in the Super Chats. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, I'm hanging in there. I did take a little bit of a nap while you guys were doing Tomodachi, and helped me recover a little bit. I'm definitely tired, maybe first, but also fighting off the con crud as well. I've got something going on, but West Coast time and not being able to sleep last night definitely hurt me quite a bit. But I'm hanging in there. I'm feeling pretty good. But I think I need to get my juices flowing with some arguments and getting mad at other people for doing a bad job. So we have, Mike, this was your idea. We're going to complete this March Madness bracket that Kind of Funny did for sequels, specifically number 2s in a series. And I'm not talking about Pieces of Poo, the second game in a series.
Yeah, right.
For the most part.
Yeah, and my understanding is that they got people from their community to write in to figure out which games were in this bracket. So we'll yell at their community specifically for any omissions or weird choices that are inside this bracket in the first place. And then I think it was Blessing and Snowbike Mike went through and they filled this out. And I'll just tell you, Jeff, when they were all said and done with it, they decided that Halo 2 was the ultimate winner.
I don't think it's going to win ours.
I bet we'll have a different winner. I bet we'll have a different winner.
Who knows? That's why they play the game, Mike. We'll wait and see. But I think you might be onto something. All right. So where should we start with this?
Well, start in the top left. The brackets are, there's a modern bracket, a memory card bracket, which basically looks like PS2 era, the HD bracket, which looks like 360 PS3 era, then the classics, which is like PS1, 16-bit game, it looks like, but yeah, mostly that era stuff. Not a lot of older stuff. There's not like, you don't see Mega Man 2 or Mario 2 or like Streets of Rage 2 on this list. The only 16-bit or older game I see is Street Fighter 2. Maybe Pokemon Gen 2. So yeah.
I'll take credit for that one. When he posted this, I responded, I'm like, it's Street Fighter 2. You don't even have to ask. And I bet that did convince some people to be like, oh yeah, it probably is Street Fighter 2. It reminded the children about it. So I'll take some credit there. Okay, so Mike's right. Let's start from the top left. We will reiterate these matchups as we go. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Nier Automata is our first one, though.
Two of your favorites.
Now, I have enjoyed parts of both of these games, but yeah, Nier I just don't think lived up to the expectations, but I beat the A run through of that, and then I asked people, look, if I didn't really enjoy playing this game, should I continue to play? Everyone's like, no, for the most part, people are like, probably not, even though obviously more stuff happens in B and C and D or whatever. But I like a lot of parts of Nier. There's awesome music, there's awesome characters, awesome writing. The character action stuff is okay to a certain extent. I just think it kind of dragged on for too long. Red Dead is, like, for me, kind of just an annoying game that I can't believe they still make stuff that way over at Rockstar, but I see its charms.
I like both these games a lot, actually. I'm so kind of opposite of you in this one.
I lean towards Nier, though.
I would maybe lean towards Red Dead if you asked me which one I had to play right now. But I don't know. I like Nier Automata, and the fact that you like that a bit more, we can just go with Nier.
Are you sure? Because I don't like either of these games, really, like you were saying. So if you want to have the pick, I kind of would be fine with you having the pick here because you care more about both of them.
Let's do Nier. I don't want Sean mad at me. Sean already was
smart. That's smart. Just smart thinking.
Yeah. We'll make Sean the least upset with me. We'll go with that.
All right. Well, okay. Recency bias. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Dark Souls 2. Mike, were you going to say something?
Yeah. Well, just that they actually added a bunch of Nier Automata skins to Overwatch, so still popular somehow that game.
Yeah, for sure.
And what you good? Yeah, this is a weird. I mean, okay. Dark Souls 2 is actually the one I'm the most like. That made it on here. The Dark Souls people don't like Dark Souls 2. I know some do. But Dark Souls 2 is definitely the worst in that series.
You know what happened here. It's just like the Dark Souls people wanted to put Dark Souls something on here because that's all they think about, which I get. I understand. But that's what happened. So I almost don't take that all that seriously, but it's going up against Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So I don't know, Mike. I played a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're not far enough away from like being able to slot that actually onto this list here, even at this point. Like I think it needs more time. Even though what I played was pretty good.
I'll tell you what, yeah, what I played was good enough that I will already put it above Dark Souls 2, a game I played all the way through of.
Okay.
And yeah, it's Dark Souls 2 is the one.
Next up is The Last of Us 2 and Titanfall 2.
Now, guess which one this matchup for the kind of funny guys.
I'm going to guess that they angered some people with this one, although, of course, they would have angered their fans a lot more maybe if they went the other way. I bet they went The Last of Us 2. Mike, I'm very much Titanfall 2. I've played both these games. I never finished The Last of Us 2. I kind of got to a point where, like I said, I get it. I think it's a good game, but Titanfall 2's campaign is just, for me, it is the cookie cutter that all developers should be using to make games like that, where it's just a roller coaster, but also completely gives you every chance to express every idea and every verb they wanted to put into the game, and nonstop. Just one level is one way, the next level feels completely different. Great pacing, just a well-made game all around. And then the multiplayer is still really fun, even if it's not quite as good as Titanfall 1's.
Yeah, I mean, Last of Us Part 2, I stopped halfway through. I kind of had enough of it. Obviously, a well-made game. But boy, yeah, Titanfall 2 is just so incredibly slick and feels good to play, and it has that fun multiplayer mode. Last of Us 2's multiplayer mode got split off and then canceled.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
I think this is an easy Titanfall 2, actually.
Alan Wake 2 versus Hades 2. Mike, what do you think?
Interesting. Because you have Hades 2, which is super good, but also like not necessarily significantly more ambitious or like some big improvement over its predecessor. Whereas Alan Wake 2, very ambitious, really takes some big swings, big, weird, fun, interesting game that I respect a lot. Gosh, it's Hades 2 has been weird to me. I've been thinking about it because when I was playing that game, I played a lot of it.
Right.
I loved it. Then kind of as soon as I put it down, there was a part of me that like I stopped thinking about it much faster than I stopped thinking about Hades 1.
I think Hades 2 is the most frictionless game ever made, and that is parentheses positive while you're playing it, for sure. It is, because they just make sure every moment leads to something bigger and better. And if you keep playing for another beat, you're going to see the next thing for sure. And the next thing might not necessarily be what you're looking for, but you'll get to that eventually. And in the meantime, all this other cool stuff's going to keep happening, and you'll keep unfolding that game. And that is impressive. Like, that is technique from a developer that other developers would kill to have. But it's I think you're right. It kind of rubs off the rough edges enough that maybe makes the game a little bit less memorable than some. I would probably still take Hades 2 over Alan Wake 2. But I'm not a super Alan Wake guy. I tried to like those games, but I don't know, something about Remedy games. You run from one place to the other, you pick up the thing, and I don't know. That's not an accurate representation of what their games are like.
You're a flashlight racist.
Yes, exactly. I'm just get those flashlights out of my video games. But I'm not like, I like Hades 2. I like Hades 1 a lot more. So I'm not like, oh, I need to get one of these games through. So what do you think?
Look, we're picking the game that's going to lose to Titanfall 2 here ultimately.
Yep.
Let's say Alan Wake 2.
Okay.
The musical sequence was so cool.
Yeah. I think the presentation of Alan Wake 2 is incredible. Okay, so that's our first run of games through the modern quadrant. Well, let's go over to HD. Let's do Mass Effect 2 versus Saints Row 2. Mike, what do you think?
I think that Saints Row 2 is really well done. And especially in terms of the games that is the super GTA clone, because the Saints Row series kind of became its own thing for the better, I think.
Yes.
But Saints Row 2 is the one that's like, wow, this is like Grand Theft Auto before we even had HD Grand Theft Auto, right? So let's get at that. Mass Effect 2, though, and I know I'm not one of those huge Mass Effect people, but I still put a ton of respect on Mass Effect 2's name. It has some of the best characters. I think they did a really good job of, making that gunplay really satisfying. We're still putting enough of the RPG stuff in there that it didn't just feel like it completely abandoned its RPG roots. Yeah, this is a cool setting. It's probably Mass Effect 2 for me.
Yeah, it's pretty easily Mass Effect 2 for me. I played the Saints Row games before the third, but it is Saints Row the third where that franchise, I really fell in love with it. Saints Row 2, I know there are a lot of people out there that like that. That's the real Saints Row to me, and I respect you, but it's Mass Effect 2. All right. Marking that down. All right, up next, Assassin's Creed 2 versus Batman Arkham City.
This is interesting because Assassin's Creed 2 is a big improvement.
Yes, big leap
over the original. Arkham City is almost more like a side jump.
It's lateral, but also like improved in other ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it just comes out. I really was more towards which game do I like more, and I like Assassin's Creed 2. I like Arkham City more. If I had to play one right now, it's definitely Arkham City. Just slingshotting and floating around. I love the way that it's almost like Zelda dungeons when you go inside of these places. That Mr. Freeze fight, super cool. Just getting all the Joker trophies. It's a very satisfying game to just kind of go and complete. That whole Arkham combat still felt really good at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Assassin's Creed 2, I mean, Brotherhood is better than that. There's still refining to happen there. Whereas the Arkham games, we still got good ones after this, but they didn't get better than this.
Yeah, I think I mostly agree. I like Assassin's Creed 2. Your argument of, well, which game would I want to play right now? Arkham City, you're definitely right about that. In fact, I kind of want to just start playing Arkham City right now.
Yeah, right.
I am someone who's always preferred Asylum because it's a much more stricter Metroidvania. It's one of the better 3D Metroidvanias. and City kind of gets rid of some of that stuff. But City's still a very, very good game. And then, like I said, in many ways better. Portal 2 versus Dead Space 2. Have you ever played Portal 2?
Oh, yeah. Remember it was on the show floor at, I think that first PAX East we were back. It was like the new big upcoming. It's like that and Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah.
And I think the Old Republic, the MMO. So those were the big games coming up. What I never touched much of the co-op mode, which I want to do someday. AJ and I played a bit of it on the PS3, right? And it was definitely cool. I just didn't get around to it. But just the campaign of Portal 2, so freaking good. I love the kind of like chapters of it. Like that first part, like in the dilapidated research facility. Then that second part where you're like deep underground in the 70s facility and you have those gels, right? God, the writing was fantastic. It is a funny game. Cave Johnson is like one of the all-time great speaker characters.
Yes.
Right? Is there a better I am talking to you over loudspeakers character ever than Cave Johnson?
I don't think so. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
up?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say I'm like getting to what I think you're getting at, where it's like Dead Space 2 is an enjoyable game, but for me it was like it had a similar effect as Dead Space 1, and Portal 2 is like, oh wow, they really built on this in every way, and it's definitely it's Portal but with like a lot more, but it really worked for Portal 2 because Portal 1 was so sparse, so barren, deliberately so, and to have the effect that it was trying to have. And I think in some ways Portal 1's always going to be a more pure game to me, but Portal 2 is probably the answer here. I don't know if I ever actually beat Portal 2. I should go do that as well.
That's good. I never beat Dead Space 2. I played a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
God, I wish it got remade. Because that Dead Space remake was fantastic.
Yep. All right. Well, then let's do Portal 2. Infamous 2 versus Uncharted 2 is our next one.
Well, I never really got into those Infamous games that much. The only one I played was the PS4 one, just because it was an early PS4 game, and I thought it was good. Meanwhile, Uncharted 2 is one of my favorite games, so this is an easy Uncharted.
This is Uncharted 2. Yeah, I got the Infamous games, but I don't know, they were never my favorite. Okay, we are moving over to the memory card portion of the bracket. Half-Life 2 versus NBA Street Volume 2. I love NBA Street Volume 2. I think I would have a hard time arguing that it should go in before Half-Life 2.
Yeah, like you know, I love NBA Street Volume 2 as well.
It's incredible.
And I hate that it got this matchup, but like Half-Life 2 is. If you ask me what's the best like 2 game of all time, it's probably the first one I am going to say. I love Half-Life 2. Played it a bunch of times. I want to play it again. The physics just feel so freaking good, but just even the gunplay and that world and the characters. Then of course all the stuff that was built on top of Half-Life 2, including things like Portal and Team Fortress 2. So freaking cool.
Man, I'm looking at how did Halo 2 come out of this bracket? That's crazy.
All the way, baby. No, let's just say, well, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, it's Half-Life 2, even though it's like, God, NBA Street Volume 2 in a lot of ways could be like it's like certainly a top 8 game if we're just like going to start ranking these things out, because that's like, man, it's so perfect, but it's going up against Half-Life 2, and that's very tough. Soul Calibur 2 and Smash Melee. That's
hard for me.
Yeah, man. Okay, I don't know, and I love Soul Calibur 2, but Smash Melee is so important.
Yeah. Melee is this huge jump for that series, whereas like Soul Calibur 2 is. Man, it's amazing, but is it that much better than Soul Calibur 1?
That's probably it. That's probably what it is. It's like Soul Calibur was that. And that's the second game in the series in some ways, but whatever. I get where it's kind of a number 2 in it. Smash Melee is that game series coming into its own. Soul Calibur 2 had already long been there by the time it came out. So I would probably go with Melee.
Oh, yeah, let's do Melee.
God of War 2 versus Sly 2. I go God of War 2 because I have not played Sly 2.
Yeah, I just haven't played Sly 2 yet, and it's something I really want to do. But I like, not that I'm like thinking about God of War 2 a ton these days, but that's a game I played and I like. I bet it's not going to go too much further than that anyways, but yeah.
All right, Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Halo 2. I enjoyed Halo 2. I got caught up in the hype at the time. I got an Xbox specifically to play it, and thought the campaign was okay, and then had a lot of fun on multiplayer for some time, but It didn't take over my life. I don't think it makes it past Kingdom Hearts 2. Because you're here. Yeah.
Which one of these games has Tron in it?
Look, Halo looks kind of like Tron. Okay, you're right. Let's do Kingdom Hearts.
Which one of these games has an ending?
Yeah, that's true, man.
It's a cliffhanger still, but I mean, it's got, there's that at least, right? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 2. Moving on from Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Halo 2.
Let's just say it, Jeff. Halo 2 a bit overrated.
I think so. Yes. And still apparently to this day. All right.
Yeah, the best sequel of all time. I do get it. Like, jokes aside, especially the Xbox Live Arcade.
Yes, if you were playing that online, I get it for sure.
I do.
Man, is it that era's GoldenEye a little bit? It's not fair because GoldenEye is so, but it's like kinda at some point. It's like, yeah, if you were there playing with your friends, of course that's the best shit. I felt that way about GoldenEye. That's unfair. I don't really mean that. That's a thought that slipped out. Everybody, don't get mad at me. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 versus Diablo 2.
Oh, okay. This one's interesting because I like both these games a lot. I really like Diablo 2, and I don't think you haven't had a ton of Diablo 2 experience.
Not a ton.
Right?
I've played some a couple times. I knew my friends were really into it, so I'm like, I'll check this out at like years later. And definitely, again, another one where I saw the appeal. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is like one of my favorite games ever made, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can give this one to Tony Hawk. That's fine. Both great games. I like Diablo 2 a lot. And my personal bracket, Diablo 2 probably makes some distance here.
Age of Empires 2 versus Street Fighter 2.
I like Age of Empires 2, but come on, Street Fighter 2 is, it's the most improved sequel of all time, right? Because no one even likes that first game, and it feels terrible to play now. Street Fighter 2 invented a genre, really, and it still feels so good to play. Good stuff.
Next up, Pokemon Generation 2 versus Silent Hill 2. I don't even know how to do this one, Mike.
Yeah, this one's rough. Silent Hill 2 is fantastic for sure, but Pokemon Gen 2, boy, even before the remakes of both of these, even before the remake of Gen 2 felt so good and a pretty noticeable improvement over the first game, despite the graphics basically being the same. Even just little things like seeing the XP bar, introducing the berries, and then of course that amazing surprise of beating that game. And then there's this whole post-game thing of going back to the map from the first game and going through all of that again. So freaking cool. I would give it up to Pokemon Gold and Silver here personally.
I think I am one over. And then our last one for the first round is Resident Evil 2 versus Metal Gear Solid 2. I'll say I think it's Resident Evil 2 these days, but that's me.
I think so. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 2 has been getting a lot of reevaluation in its favor lately, for sure. Resident Evil 2 was like immediately recognized as an amazing game and still gets celebrated as such. So I think you gotta give it to RE2 there.
All right. So our new matchups: Nier Automata versus Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, then Titanfall 2 versus Alan Wake 2, Mass Effect 2 versus Batman Arkham City, Portal 2 versus Uncharted 2. On the other side of the bracket, it is Half-Life 2 versus Smash Melee, God of War 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 versus Street Fighter 2, Pokemon Gen 2 versus Resident Evil 2. Seems like our most controversial one so far, Mike, is Tony Hawk over Diablo 2. And I'm like, I get it, but I also don't. I think that is, people just weren't there, or they don't remember what it was like before Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 dropped. It was like, games can feel like this. What the hell? How?
Yeah, but Diablo 2.
No, I get it. I'm trying to explain how important Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was. There is a reason it is where it's at on Metacritic. That is not some fluke. That is not made up. That there's a reason it was rated that high, especially at that time.
I still need to play. They added that new class to Diablo 2, so I got to go back and play it again. I'm excited to do that.
All right, let's work backwards this time. Let's go Resident Evil 2 versus Pokemon Generation 2.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Boy, I lean Pokemon actually here. You stop me if that's crazy.
It's definitely not. It's not crazy. I think I lean Resident Evil 2, but I like both of these quite a bit. And they're not similar, but the way I feel about them is pretty similar, where it's like, yeah, those are really good games that I could go back to and enjoy now.
Yeah.
Pokemon really kind of came to its own, and Resident Evil came into its own in both these games. It's hard to kind of build that argument of one versus the other.
Let's make it Resident Evil. Let's make it Resident Evil on this one.
Sounds good. All right, then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 versus Street Fighter 2. This is tough.
This is tough.
Yeah.
I think I give it to Street Fighter 2 still. Just got that important factor is insane here.
I do as well. And like, what are we talking about? We're saying the best sequel. Is it like, what is the best game with the number 2 in the title, or is it best game versus its precursor? I think there's some of that, but I think overall it's the best game with 2 in it. I think you're right. So yeah, I'll go with Street Fighter 2 as well, but it's really close for me, and that's tough to leave behind Tony Hawk. Okay, God of War 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, Mike.
I just realized Mega Man 2 is on this list, and that's insane.
Yeah,
that is these children,
these Philistines.
My God,
they
Mega Man
fucking
2.
read a book.
Of it. Maybe you've heard of it.
Go outside, go to the library, talk to an adult.
Right. No Mario 2, Mega Man. Okay, 8-bit games didn't exist. All right. Do you really want to play God of War 2 again? Like, we're going to because they're going to remake it. But like,
you get it. If I were to replay an old God of War game, it probably wouldn't be 2. I would probably actually go replay the first one, and then 3, and then maybe 2 last. So, Mike, I'll give you Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, like, all jokes aside, like I think that game is actually amazing. I think it's super fun. The combat is,
and I've never played it. I have all my problems are with Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, I have no idea what's happening with. Oh, okay, I did start Kingdom Hearts 2. That intro was a bit long-winded for me, but it's
a long-winded intro. But like, I think the vibes are good, man. I love it.
I can't argue that.
Transformations.
Island
It has the best worlds in the series. Freaking Timeless River going back to Steamboat Willie. So freaking cool.
All right, Half-Life 2 versus Smash Melee. Good luck, Mike. You tell me what we should do here.
Oh, great! 2 of like my favorite video games ever.
Exactly. This is Mikey's time. You got to figure this one out, brother.
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel great about this because literally 2 of my all-time favorites. And I think I have to give it for Half-Life 2, man. Half-Life 2 it's like my. It's like if I had to start the Criterion collection for video games, I would like make Half-Life 2 the first one. It's like the game it's my most respected game ever, maybe. I think about Half-Life 2 and I just like feel good. I just feel some weird sense of awe still. And like playing that game in 2004, like, just that part where that jerk like knocks the can over and lands on the ground. Like, pick up the can, idiot. I was like, the fact that I could pick up a can and throw it away in a video game for some reason was incredible to me. God.
And then we get to see you explain all that as you slowly maybe kill a Kingdom Hearts 2 next round. We'll see.
Oh my God, this bracket. The memory card bracket's rough for Mikey.
It's been bad. All right. Uncharted 2 versus Portal 2. This is another tough one for Mikey.
Oh. I want to know what you think.
I probably go Portal 2. But that's because I really got on board with Uncharted with 4, and the ones before that didn't do a ton for me.
I feel like for most people it's gonna be Portal 2. Uncharted has had a little bit of falling off lately. It feels like, right? It's been a bit out of sight, out of mind.
Yes,
with that franchise.
Weirdly,
but I think people who were there though, they remember how big a deal Uncharted 2 was and how much of a better reception that game got than the first one. Just a super cool campaign, man. Just so many amazing. It's still like among my favorite set piece moments in any video game. The train, the tank, the falling building. Just so freaking neat. Gosh, this one is really hard because Portal 2 is also just incredible. So freaking good. I can almost flip a coin on this one. I am literally just going to, and because I'm like that, and you say Portal 2, and I've seen so many people in chat say Portal 2, we can just go Portal 2.
Yeah.
That's okay. But like, I want it to be clear that I do not think that's an easy decision. I think Uncharted 2 is a GOAT.
I think there's this is another one where it's Uncharted 2 would could easily, if it wasn't going against Portal 2, it could make it to the next round very easily, would probably be in our top 8.
Right.
All right. So then that brings us to Mass Effect 2 versus Batman Arkham City. I go Mass Effect 2 here. I really like Mass Effect 2. And again, I prefer Asylum versus City. So that's where I'm at, Mike. But I don't think this is an easy one.
No, like I bet I would, give me a 20-point review scale, and I bet I give both these games the same score.
Sure.
That's where I kind of am with them. I do think I lean Mass Effect 2, though. Okay. Actually, yeah.
All right.
I think I'm the same. I think I'm with you.
All right, then 2 more for this round. Titanfall 2 versus Alan Wake 2.
That's Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I think so. And then Nier Automata versus Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which both feel a little out of place to me at this point, but yeah.
Sometimes brackets are like that. Look,
yep.
I'll still give it to Nier in this one.
Okay.
Maybe I need to play more Kingdom Come, but
to be clear, I would give it to Nier as well. Okay. So we have 4 more matchups, right? Here we go. Nier Automata, Titanfall 2, Mass Effect 2, Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Street Fighter 2, and Resident Evil 2, The Great 8. All right, Mike, let's start up here. We'll save that one for last. Let's go Nier Automata versus Titanfall 2.
All right, yeah, Titanfall 2.
That's Titanfall 2.
A good run by Nier Automata. Let's hear everybody, which I believe is like the 6th entry in the Dragon Guard franchise, whatever.
Yeah, that's what we were saying when we were on when we were on break. We were like, me and Sean were talking about that. It's like, yeah, that one's it's like 5th or 6th Dragon Guard game. Yeah, that's how it goes.
And so many people have played the first Nier for sure.
Mass Effect 2 versus Portal 2. I still go Mass Effect 2, but I agree that this one's even closer.
I would go Portal 2 actually. So yeah, this one's close. This is a close one for sure. But boy, do I think Portal 2 is just phenomenal. There's Mass Effect 2 I have some issues with. Like,
I know.
The game hypes up that the suicide mission so much that, and of course I want to play optimally and not have anybody die, and then it kind of feels like I was cheated out of what the game was promising me in some weird way. But it's a Mass Effect 3. I don't want people to be dead for that, so I want them to all survive. I don't know. Maybe that's nitpicky.
Yeah, but that's where you have to get for these sorts of things, where we're comparing these two very, very good games. You start have to pick a nits. Yeah, I just think Mass Effect 2 to me is like such the game sequel. Like that is, you said earlier, like one of these games, like you will think of Half-Life 2 first. I would think of Mass Effect 2 pretty quickly if we started talking about games that are not like number 2 in a series. It's emblematic, and to me, it stuck with me, maybe despite or even sometimes because of its flaws. It's like, man, the game's trying something. It's not always pulling it off, but I care about these characters so much, and it's a fun game. Good action, really great sort of setup to its sci-fi world. The world building's really good. A lot of that stuff's true about Portal 2 for sure. But I don't know. The adventure you go on in Mass Effect 2 really stuck with me. This is tough. I'm like kind of looking ahead a little bit, and it's like I'm not sure if it matters too much. It might. The next round's still going to be tough, but I don't know. What do you think?
Let's say Mass Effect 2 then. Let's say Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Like I said, this is another one where I bet I would maybe score these games similarly, but it's okay.
For sure.
Maybe if I played that Portal 2 co-op, I'd be more strong. I don't know. It's a blind spot.
Okay, then let's do Street Fighter 2 versus Resident Evil 2.
The Capcom competition here.
Yep.
I think I still give that to Street Fighter 2.
I think I do too as well. I mean, I meant it when I said Street Fighter 2 is such an important sequel. Okay. Well, then, Mike, Half-Life 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's actually easily Half-Life 2, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I actually don't hesitate there for a moment. I'll give that to Half-Life 2 all day.
Okay, so now we are down to our final 4. Titanfall 2 versus Mass Effect 2 and Half-Life 2 versus Street Fighter 2. Let's start with Titanfall 2 versus Mass Effect 2. Mike, I can go either way on this one. I want to hear what you have to say.
I would give it to Titanfall 2. I think.
I think so as well. All the things I like about Mass Effect 2 in terms of like the world building and the characters, Titanfall 2 has got some really amazing character moments. And then it's such an incredible campaign. I'm gonna go Titanfall 2 as well.
Titanfall 2 made it a bit further in ours than in the kind of funny one where it lost in the first round to Last of Us Part 2.
Yep. All right. Half-Life 2 versus Street Fighter 2. Yeah.
Half-Life 2.
I think I am ready. I can say goodbye to Street Fighter 2 at this point. Street Fighter 2 in the final 4 is correct. It should be here. I agree with you on Half-Life 2's importance. And so, yeah, Half-Life 2. All right, Mike. The championship battle. It's all come down to this: Titanfall 2 versus Half-Life 2. We always knew we'd see these two face off against one another. Mike, I think it's Half-Life 2, actually.
I agree.
Yeah, it's honestly going into this. It's once you start talking about it, and really, it's like for me, it's like best improvement from 1 to 2 is Street Fighter 2. If we're just talking about 2s, Half-Life 2 is actually, there's a reason you said it's the first thing you think of. It is that emblematic.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the kind of funny thing. Half-Life 2 did not win its first round. They picked NBA
to be fair, it's no Mike. When he realized I was in SF the day I was leaving, and he's like, "Come to the studio." I'm like, "Guys, I tried to reach out a little bit to see if we could hang out, but I have a busy schedule." The one thing he said to me is, "Come to the studio. We'll play NBA Street Volume 2." So
look, I like NBA Street Volume 2, but that's wild.
Listen, I might personally take NBA Street Volume 2 over Half-Life 2 if I'm going to play a game right now, but Half-Life 2 is going to win this one. That's how it's going to go down. All right.
So we're all right. That's great. Yeah. Always be corgis, right? Let's make sure we share this with Kind of Funny on Blue Sky. Let's tag them all so they can see how we fixed their bracket.
There we go. And then we also have an empty bracket here from it was Firehair, right? That put this together. So maybe
thank you, Firehair.
Maybe we could do more of these in the future if people want to like recommend some.
Yeah, we can make a bracket that actually includes Mega Man 2 and stuff. That'd be good.
Exactly. Just that same bracket, but Mega Man 2, and then we'll really fix it.
Yeah. Replace Dark Souls 2 with that.
All right, there. Okay, so I have it copied. All right, let's get that posted here in a second. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about what we've been playing, wrap up the super chats, and then get on out of here. But everybody, we'll be right back. All right, we're here. We're back, and we're going to talk about what we've been playing. For Mike, it's mostly, or for me, it's mostly been Pokopia. What have you been doing?
Yeah, I'm a lot of Pokopia, actually, as well. Like I said, I just finished up that second area, which is the part with the mines and the mine carts, and I had to like learn how to cook.
Oh, really? Party. Okay, so is that like
I think there's a branching path there, right? Because there was kind of 2 doors at one point.
I think so. There might be that stuff. Like, is there like a seaside town next to those mines where you have to turn on the electricity and stuff?
No, I have not done that yet.
So we just went in different directions. All right, very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. In fact, they kind of told me like, hey, there's another door by that first place. You should go there next. I'm like, okay. So now I'll gonna go see what's going on over there, and I'm excited to. What I love is, it's a great loop. You go to this place, and it's basically a trash heap. Yep. Then by doing that kind of campaign stuff, you fix it up a good bit. And then you can just tell if you really want to and stay there, maybe even post game, you're gonna really be able to clean these places up and personalize them and make them look tidy.
And they even kind of like teach you the process of like doing that. It's like, hey, I would really like it if you were to build a house where a house used to be, and it's like, oh, okay, I can kind of see what I can do to take this existing infrastructure and improve it and make it better. And it's like, so I kind of get a good handle on that. It's like now I can replicate that myself if I want. I also really like that some things actually just take a whole day to get built. So once you do that, it's like, okay, now I'm like, I have 7 or 8 Pokemon committed to making this thing, and it won't be ready until tomorrow. So while there isn't the hard stop of I've done everything in this game like there is in Animal Crossing, there's certainly a time where it's like, okay, I can begin those things I was putting off until it's time to wrap up the gaming for the night. I could begin working on that stuff and really come to a natural daily conclusion, put it down, and then feel good like, all right, if I want to play more right now, I can. But if I don't pick it up again until tomorrow, well, 1, I have a reason to do that. And 2, it's like, oh, something exciting will be done when I get back. So just really well done. And I bet there's like people who are super big fans of the Dragon Quest Builders games going like, you motherfuckers, I've been trying to tell you to play those games for so long now.
You did.
And it's like, yep, you're right. I should have done that because I am really enjoying this. It's super well done. The Pokemon turned out they're still cute.
Yeah. I like Pokemon. They're fun.
Yeah. I am at a point where it's like I'm thinking about what my Pokemon habitat would be all the time. I tried to make one for Jan so I could trap Jan in SF, and I'll.
Was it a coffee cup or something?
Yeah, and cigarettes and Hennessy.
Buzzball.
Yeah, and a buzzball. Yeah, exactly. It didn't work. I must have missed something.
Shit.
I'm probably going to stick with this game. I was definitely like, there was a moment where I'm like, oh, this new area is intimidating. Should I just be like, I played that first area and that was fun. I can put it down now or whatever. And I'm glad I've stuck with it. So I'm going to continue playing for a minute. There's some other games coming up pretty soon, but I'll be happy to make Pokopia one of those ones where it's like, for now, I'm playing every day. And if I start playing every other day going forward, that wouldn't be so bad. Anything else, Mike?
I did start up Spyro Year of the Dragon, the third Spyro game in the Reignite trilogy. Just I did 2 not too long ago. Never really played 3 either. So going through that, it's very, just like Spyro 2, very pleasant. Yep. Remake as well done, very colorful. Having fun there. Been doing a lot of Slay the Spire 2 actually. Even I streamed it on the
very cool
the site. Then I played it for my own stream. And now it turns out I've actually played 13 hours of Slay the Spire 2.
Every once in a while, an early access game can do that to anybody. That's the thing I like about early access. It's not uniform. It's not any one thing. Sometimes there's a game that you're going to pick up and be like, this is basically done enough for my purposes. And now you get to see how it changes. And that's exciting.
Well, especially like for me, like with Slay the Spire 1, when I finally played it last year, I wasn't somebody who was going to do all the antes or whatever they call them there. I wanted to complete a run with each character.
Right.
And so, and there is enough here for me to do that right now. And that's enough of a goal for me. So, I've completed runs with 2 of the characters, I think, and there's 5 in the game. So that is just plenty of content right there. There's tons of cards. Even like the stuff that is placeholder, like the art. It's funny because it looks like a child's drawing and it just says like placeholder by it, and it's endearing. So yeah, it's just feels like Slay the Spire too. Sometimes I like waiting for the 1.0, and when 1.0 happens, I'll definitely check in. But like this, it's different than even say Hades 2 when I played that in early access.
Sure,
and it was a little bit more clear. Like, okay, not everything's here.
I'm legitimately asking. I've still not played one of these games. Would it be insane for me to learn to play in a co-op Slay the Spire 2 match with you? And I'm asking, would that be like frustrating for you? Because you're like, there are basic things that you should probably just come with, or could you learn on the job a little bit?
I could probably teach you through it. I don't really know what co-op means in this game. I want to see
I thought it was like, oh, wait, okay, 2 people are doing something. Maybe it sounds like it's up to 4. It's crazy. I need to see that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we should try it sometimes. Yeah, because it seems like one of the big differences between this and the last one. So I want to check that out.
Yep, definitely. Yep, and then I played some. I actually played some more 4G or 4P GP. I talked about that a few weeks ago, and because I was like watching Drive to Survive, I'm like, I just want a game that is an F1 game. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that, and again, the sense of speed in that game worth calling out. Okay, I think that does it for what we've been playing. Mike, do we get any more super chats?
We certainly did. Let me see where we left off here. Yeah, we got quite a few since the last one. Jeez, where are we? Okay. I think this one from Cody Bishop, who says, for Mario Kart World, budget expansions were added as extra islands that you could drive to, like a Donkey Kong theme island or a Yoshi's island. Yeah, that would be great. I wonder, like, you think we're going to hear about some kind of Mario Kart World expansion maybe when that game turns 1? Well, wait, when did the Switch 2 come out? May?
I think, yeah, it came out in May. That's right.
So like soon.
I think we will hear about DLC. Do I think we'll hear about it in May, like at the end of the first year? That I don't know. I guess it could make sense to have some new stuff for the holiday. But I just wouldn't be surprised if that's one of those things that's like 2.5 years later, Nintendo has announced DLC for Mario Kart World. I could see it going down that way.
Dixamaya says, kind of funny, choosing The Last of Us Part 2 over Titanfall 2 was egregious. I thought
so.
They were nice people over there.
Thought they had a good head on their shoulders. Who was it again?
Right.
Was it Snowbite?
I think it was Blessing and Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if Andy was there, maybe you could have talked some sense into them.
Maybe they can only enjoy games if people get bludgeoned to death or shotgun blasted their head off.
I think they finally off and that was the game that finally taught them that revenge is bad, and they're like, okay, now I know that. I have to give credit where credit is due.
Right. Yeah. Well, at least we know they won't come for revenge on us. Right? They've learned that lesson. Bander Essence says, with the success of Pokopia, why isn't PlayStation made a cozy live service instead of another shooter? Are they stupid? Where's former Kratos? It's weird because, I mean, again, for that audience that loves The Last of Us Part 2, and that's the kind of the end of the I wonder if it would even hit with the PlayStation fan, right?
Yeah, I think PlayStation thinks it probably wouldn't. It's like, how do you teach or like make your executives believe that the audience can be more than or into more than just one thing? I bet there is some overlap there. But yeah, I don't know. A farmer Kratos game, a game where he actually retires and becomes a farmer. I legitimately would be interested to see what that looks like.
Yeah, he rests under his grapevine and fig tree.
Yeah, exactly. He's earned it. Yeah, 2 whole president runs. Yeah, it's time. He's done.
Okay, we got quite a few messages here about Cosmic and McDonald's tertiary mascots.
Oh wow, okay.
November 0 says, last week you talked about Cosmic. A friend of mine worked at a Cosmic that closed. Coffee was mid, but the lore was that the alien stole McDonald's ideas, took them to his world, and then came back to show off his ideas. They suck. I do appreciate that there's lore, though.
Yes, corporate espionage being part of the Cosmic lore is very fun.
Yeah. Then November 0 says, Cosmic closed only 6 months after opening here in town at San Antonio, Texas. Cosmic felt threatened and skipped town, apparently, but he's still number 1 in my heart. Oh,
man.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Tony Rouse says, congrats, guys. You made the kind of funny bracket look better. Thank you, Antonio.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
T Bucket says, y'all need to play Sly 2.
I know.
Play Sly 1 first for story reasons, but 2 is peak. One of the best PS2 games. It's very high on my to-do list.
Same.
The whole Sly
Always
trilogy.
has been. It's I have it on the Steam Deck. I'm like, that's one we should probably just stream it or something. But when is the time? Yeah, it's tough.
Hexprof says Jeff is saying 2 a lot, losing its meaning yet.
Yeah, a long time ago, it definitely was causing my brain. Like at a certain point, it's like I guess I could just say these, but some of them it's actually important to clarify. I don't know. Yeah.
Brendy says the bracket is missing a great 2. Bravely Default 2. Pause. Oh. I hate Bravely Default 2 is what I say. And then this person goes, shut up, Mike. It's good. No, Bravely Second, though. No, there's a banger.
Right. That I was like, didn't you like one of that? And it's, oh, yeah, that was Bravely Second.
I hate the other Bravely Default sequel. It's confusing. The one that's
confusing.
The direct sequel to Bravely Default is Bravely Second, and then Bravely Default 2, that story-wise has nothing to do with Bravely Default 1. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing we're saying during the break is Red Dead Redemption 2, actually the 3rd game, not really the 2nd game. So
yes, and also a prequel.
Yeah.
Felix Fortuna says, caught up on last week's episode. Of all the McDonald's characters, you guys chose the one that's classified as a hate symbol by the ADLA.
I forget what we chose. I honestly, I remember talking about Cosmic. I remember having conversations about McDonald's characters. Tertiary. Was it a hat question? What's the greatest tertiary McDonald's?
What's the best tertiary McDonald's mascot? Who did we pick?
I have no idea.
Was it Mayor McCheese?
It's Mayor McCheese.
Mac Tonight. Mac Tonight's a hate icon.
Oh, he's anti-Semitic.
What's this? Who does this Mac Tonight hate?
Man,
Mac Tonight is like Pepe the Frog. He got co-opted.
Oh man, that's not that's not Mac the Knight's fault.
But Pepe apparently got co-opted or whatever. Because I see Pepe
in
all
limbo.
the time again.
Yes, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. To be clear, we had no idea about that.
Mac the Knight did nothing wrong. He's a good guy. All right, leave him alone.
Tom Morales says, "I've never seen Finelli this heated." Yeah,
I have it on the fan funding chat, so I've not seen a lot of the live chat. And okay, so I missed that. All right, sorry for what we did to you, Jason Finelli.
Jason Finelli says, "You're the man now, dog turned Mac racist." YTMND.
Really?
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm gonna look that up. I got to see his entry on the ADL website.
Right. And then G Nitro says, "Waifu bracket, let's go." I don't know if the Reddit's gonna handle that one. Ryan Allen says, "My Commodore 64 Ultimate arrived this week, and it hits me where the other FPGAs hit you all. Either you have experience with 8-bit computers, penis." No, that's a whole thing I missed, and now I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks about old computers, and I'm very intrigued by all of that. Again, there was a Commodore 64 Classic that I got sent at one point. I messed around with that a little bit. Yeah. But in general, was not my scene.
Yeah, it's we got like an Apple II, so that was like our first computer. So it's like all the cool stuff that was happening on Commodores and Amigas or whatever. It completely passed us by. It was not even really an option where I was at.
Snorlaxing says friendship with Regis ended. Now Gabe Byrne, what's his name? God,
Gabe Byrne?
Gabe Byrne is my friend. He's the host of the Irish edition.
Right,
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Tell me, just give me the short version of the points issue with the driver's license. Is that him?
Oh, I don't know. Yes. I don't know. Somehow he ruined driver's license.
Okay, that's all. You're right. That's actually all I need to know. Fair enough.
Yeah. There's a problem with that. Yeah, Gabo is what. Yeah, they're calling. All right, and then Pluthum says Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door is best sequel.
Oh yeah,
that would be good to have on.
Yeah, would
the bracket for sure. Not many RPGs there, such like Mass Effect, which
right.
But like Final Fantasy 2 is not a beloved sequel and also very old, so I don't know what I would have thought. Suikoden 2 should have been on there, but
right,
I don't know how many kind of funny people know about Suikoden 2. Unfortunately,
but it's just an ignorant bunch over there. That's what are we gonna do about them?
Right? I don't think that one. It's weird because it came out on a PlayStation, but
another super chat, or maybe
a couple
two more.
Yeah. Michael O'Leary says, sure, it was its own game that Konami squeezed in as a sequel, but no, TMNT 2 still feels bad. Oh yeah, TMNT 2, the arcade game, is great. Although also like technically like Turtles in Time is the sequel to the arcade game, but yeah,
I get it.
And then Kono Nekusama says, can we get Grubb to do an Irish run? Maybe we'll do another run of the Irish.
I think there's a chance we do. We talked. The plan was always to have Danny on when we were all going to be there. But when I was gone, it was like, oh, this is a great opportunity just to pull the trigger on this. So yeah, if there's still juice in there, maybe we'll see.
Oh, Les Blank says System Shock too. I mean, there aren't any 90s PC games on that list.
Right? You could even put Doom 2 on there and stuff. Quake 2.
Warcraft 2. Yeah, no Quake 2, Warcraft 2, Monkey Island 2. Yeah, I don't think those sweet boys knew about PC gaming in the 90s. It's okay.
All right, that catches us up on super chats. I forget what we do now, Mike. We just kind of start wrapping things up.
The show's over.
Show's over, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. Huh. What do you mean you forget what we do?
Well, maybe that's why I forget, because it's just a void in my brain. Thanks for watching, everybody.
We can go. We can leave.
I've hit the button for the music.
Let's see what people are saying. Oh yeah. Jesse Norris is upset that Red Dead 2 lost an Nier Automata.
That's
most people seem actually okay with it.
Only one of those video games is fun to play.
Someone thought the Titanfall 2 love is weird.
It's not
weird as well.
It's not. It's just not.
Weird. I think that's a good video.
Boy, that's a game that just makes me happy whenever I play it, think about it, talk about it. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're getting a lot of thank yous for fixing a lot. I think Half-Life 2 is probably got to be the one that people looking at a kind of funny listener going, huh.
Yeah, I would like to see, like Half-Life 2 out in the first round. To, like, as good as it is, a sports game I bet most people have not played any these days, right? So,
all right, there's a couple that are saying this is much worse. There we go.
Much worse.
They posted the meme of Hawk going, oh no, this is much worse, but still, yeah.
Halo fanboys. The Halo fanboys who killed the franchise while me and you were like, no, that new game was pretty good, actually. And then they delighted in its demise, and now they're like, why is there Halo back anymore?
Gee, I wonder. It's, a big mystery.
Like, what happened to Halo? I don't know.
I'm happy to be back, Mike. It's good to do these shows. SF was a good time. I'll miss not having a Nintendo store across the street, or a Pop Mart. I was also right next to the Pop Mart, so I was able to get some more Labubu's for the kids. Although
that's important.
Although I think Labubu's are on the way out, so I might be getting on the tail end there. Yeah, it's going rough over there.
You see, that Seventh Guest remake that was only available in VR is coming out for normal PC. So
is it really?
Seventh Guest? Yeah, we can play Seventh Guest again soon. How about that?
I mean, sure, yeah. I'll play some more.
Although it has that problem like the Myst remake, where like you don't have the digitized actors anymore, which is 90% of the fun.
That's why I'm doing the thing. It's why I do this job in the first place. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Sure is no bike, Mike.
Fuck that raw ditto.